Today's topic is SnapR, how to submit export license applications. Before we jump into SnapR, here are a few tips on license applications. The instructions on how to fill out a license application are in Part 748 of the EAR. For example, 748.6 provides general instructions for license applications. 748.8 through 748.13 provides special instructions for applications requiring additional information based on the items, the parties to the transaction, or other characteristics of the transaction. Supplement 1 to Part 748 provides instructions on each block in SnapR. Supplement 2 to Part 748 expands on the special instructions for transactions listed in 748.8. If at any time you are not sure of what to include in a field, always refer to Part 748 for guidance. The average processing time for a license is approximately 3 to 4 weeks, and it may take longer based on the details of the transaction. Licenses are valid for up to 4 years. Therefore, you may provide an estimate for the quantity and value of the items you plan to ship within the 4-year period. And there is no fee to apply for an export license. When you are logged into SnapR, click on Create Work Item from the menu on the left side of the web page. The next page will prompt you to select the type of work item you'd like to create. Select Export License Application from the drop-down menu. Next, create a reference number for the work item. This number may consist of a combination of numbers and letters to use for your organization's internal tracking purposes. Click Create to start a new work item from scratch. If you would like to reuse information from a license you previously submitted, you may select Search to Reuse to find draft and completed work items. To ensure efficient processing of your license application, you may provide user rights to other company SnapR users by clicking on Manage User Rights. That way, if you're out of the office for any reason, the additional account holder will be able to respond to BIS requests for this work item. Also, you may click on the question marks throughout the web form to access the SnapR Online Help Guide. The first section is contact information blocks 1 through 5. I recommend clicking on Save Draft after every section. For blocks 6 through 13, please refer to section 748.8 through 748.13 and Supplement 1 and Supplement 2 to Part 748 to determine if you need to provide any special information under these sections. Under Block 6, the SnapR web form is the electronic version of Form 748P-A and 748P-B, so the first 2 blocks do not need to be checked. Third parties filing on behalf of a client should click on Switch to Third-Party Submission under Company Designation Information. Applicant information, Block 14, should be pre-populated. If you have an employee identification number issued by the Internal Revenue Service, you may enter it under the EIN field. If you would like another party authorized to receive the license, fill out the other party's contact details under Block 15. Include the parties to the transaction in Blocks 16 through 19. Section 748.5 provides definitions for the purchaser, intermediate consignee, ultimate consignee, and end user. If you have more than one end user, click on Add End User to enter more parties. You must provide a complete and detailed description of the specific end use intended by the ultimate consignee and end users in Block 21. Block 22, Export Items, is where you list each item that you plan to export. Under 22A, select the ECCN from the drop-down menu that you believe best describes your item. EAR 99 is the last entry on the list. Block 22B, APP, refers to the Adjusted Peak Performance for digital computers and equipment containing a computer. Additional information on APP is available in the technical note at the end of Category 4 in the Commerce Control List. If you received a previous classification for this item from BIS, provide the Commodity Classification Automated Tracking System (CCATS) number in Block 22D. Provide the quantity and value of the item that you plan to export for the 4-year period under Blocks 22E through H. Please note that unit price under Block 22G is optional and does not accept symbols such as dollar signs or commas. If you include a unit price in Block 22G, you can click Calculate to have SnapR calculate the total price. Also, please report all values in US dollars. Provide a technical description of the item in Block 22J to include specific characteristics, parameters, or measurements. Click Add Export Item if you would like to add additional line items to your license application. Block 23, Total Application Dollar Value is calculated for you. Make sure that this number is correct. Refer to Supplement 1 to Part 748 for specific instructions on the type of information to include under Block 24 Additional Information. Click on View and Manage Supporting Documents to upload support documents listed under Block 6. Support documents must be uploaded as PDF files. When you're ready to submit your license application, click on Verify Addresses in Work Item to submit. If any party's address could not be validated, an address verification error will appear, and you will find the option to review and certify the address is correct. Once all the addresses have been validated or certified, click on Preview Work Item to submit. You will have the opportunity to review your license application at this point, with the option to make any additional edits. If everything looks right, click Submit. On the next page, provide the signer name in the format requested, along with the title and email address. Click the box confirming that you understand that the work item cannot be modified after it is submitted. Finally, click on Submit Work Item. You will receive an Application Control Number, ACN, when your work item has been successfully registered into the BIS system. An ACN starts with the letter Z followed by a string of numbers. You can check the status of your license application on the System for Tracking Export License Applications, STELA, by entering your ACN in the field provided. BIS assigns each approved license application with a license number that starts with the letter D followed by a string of numbers that you will need for export clearance purposes. As always, the Bureau of Industry and Security's Office of Exporter Services is here to help. Please feel free to contact us if you have any further questions. Thank you for watching this online video, and happy exporting!